Kripke has just dropped the curtain on The Boys, and honestly, I haven't been more invested in anything than this show for the last 7 years. And when Starlight took off in the last scene, and Billy Joel's Piano Man was playing in the background, I realized there's a void in my heart that might not be filled in a long time. But guess what? The Boys is ready to come back with a bang, and we have a Spanish language program, The Boys Mexico, on the cards. Yes, you heard that right. So let's check out everything we know about this upcoming show and brace yourselves for some nasty soup business again. The idea for The Boys Mexico was announced as early as in November 2023, and already in development at Amazon Prime Video. This project is set to take the franchise outside the United States for the first time ever, but the road from announcement to screen has been quite a slow one. However, we do have some positive updates that The Boys Mexico is actually happening. Kripke said in an interview with Collider, "Gareth, who's the writer, we delivered a script to Amazon. We had a notes call just this week. They seem to love it. The next step is to make some adjustments and keep moving forward toward making a spin-off that's worthy of the Boys' name. Though the flagship series Helmer feels confident that everything is heading in the right direction, after what's been a fairly lengthy process. He gave him some notes. He's gonna turn around the next notes, but obviously, you never ever know. But at least at the moment, they're making the right noises, so I'm hopeful." As far as we know, the script is being written by the Blue Beetle screenwriter Gareth Dunnett Alcocer and Gael Garcia Bernal, and Diego Luna are serving as executive producers. On pressing Kripke further, he also spilled that the series is set after Season 5 and that it takes place in Mexico City. To quote him, "It's very funny, I'll say that. He wrote a very funny script." His involvement brings a distinctly Latin American perspective to the series' genre storytelling, suggesting that Amazon MGM Studios and Erik Kripke are aiming for a more culturally grounded and international approach with the show. Fun fact, the Mexican stars Diego Luna and Gael Garcia Bernal will also be starring in the series, even if in small roles. Now, this adds an authentic cultural weight to the franchise's expansion. The two have been longtime friends and previously worked together in Alfonso Cuarón's Y Tu Mamá También back in 2001. According to Kripke, the duo is amazing to work with, and they're genuinely engaged with the project as executive producers. Bernal told Mark Malkin of Variety, "I'm very excited about what we can do, because we can do something very interesting in Latin America." In order to continue the mothership, The Boys Mexico will have Erik Kripke and Seth Rogen working in creative capacity, and honestly, that guarantees that the spin-off will carry the same diabolical and satirical energy as the original. I mean, we have franchise veterans on one hand and fresh Latin American faces on the other. I don't see this show going wrong in any way. As far as story speculation goes, The Boys Mexico could play with the ideas of superpowered cartels smuggling Compound V across the border, an idea which floated shortly after the death of Translucent in the original series. That kind of premise would root the show in a distinctly Mexican political and social reality while keeping it tethered to the franchise's wider mythology. And that is super fun indeed. See, till now, The Boys have been restricted to just the American celebrity culture, politics, corporate control, and media manipulation. The Boys Mexico can give it a fresh perspective and show how Compound V and superhero culture operate outside America. Kripke has assured that the show falls under the same universe, but will develop its own identity. We'll finally see the creators exploring the lives of international soups in detail, and the show will also benefit from spin-offs like Gen V, which had an Easter egg about Thomas Goldokin once working in Vought's Mexico office in his Cypher guise. As a matter of fact, we do know Vought's influence spreads far beyond America. Kripke has also expressed hopes that certain characters from the main series might cross over into the Mexico stories, and the timeline placement means the show will directly deal with the consequences of the final season's events, giving it a stronger ongoing connection to the main story, something standalone prequels like Vought Rising don't have. Also, with the cancellation of Gen V's third season, The Boys Mexico could end up being the franchise's main continuation after the finale of The Boys, since Vought Rising is set in the past. That gives the Mexico-based spin-off an important role in carrying the universe forward and expanding its story after the original series ends. However, Kripke has told Primetimer, "I don't think the shows have to be all that connected moving forward. I think it's an interesting universe. It's really irreverent as long as we can maintain the irreverent, shocking fun, emotional tone, then I'm open to any story in that universe." If The Boys Mexico becomes successful, it could pave the way for more international spin-offs exploring how soup culture operates in different parts of the world. Since The Boys has mainly focused on the United States and Vaught's political and financial influence there, much of the global side of this universe remains unexplored, which is exactly what makes the Mexico set series feel so promising and fresh. The show still seems to be a few years away, with the pilot reportedly being reworked, and the franchise usually taking long gaps between releases, but with the concept and creative team involved, I think it would be worth waiting for. Alright guys, that's all for today. The Boys Mexico is definitely looking like a promising project, and honestly, I'm pretty hopeful. The mere fact that the world of The Boys will continue one way or another is enough to get me hyped. Do let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you like this video, don't forget to hit the bell icon. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!